Hi guys, it's Jodie and welcome to a new video. So today I have my end of year book haul for you guys. So as you guys might have seen, I recently did a book haul which was 100 books I'd bought. So that video was filmed in September and that was all the books I'd bought across like the summer and several months. And then this is all the books I've bought or accumulated since like September. Some of these I had gotten around September, but I didn't include in that video, so that's why there's quite a lot here. I have 79 books to talk to you guys about today, and at least half of these were either sent to me by publishers, gifted, or I have bought second hand. The rest I have got with money I had saved up on my loyalty card, or the pre-orders of special editions from some book boxes as well. So yes, I have a lot of different books to talk to you guys about and I'm really excited. I've got lots of special editions, I've got lots of cool arcs, I've got lots of pretty hardbacks and some witchy books and just lots of really cool books. So if you'd like to see all of the books I've bought recently and my final book haul of the year, except potentially my Christmas book haul, then please keep watching this video. And I just want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Bokksu. I will be unboxing one of their boxes later in this video, so thanks again for them supporting my channel. So I'm not going to go in too much of a particular order. I've tried to organise these into piles, but they've fallen, so we're not off to a good start. I guess I'll just go with this first pile here. So this is a bunch of paperbacks, so I'm not going to go into loads of detail about all of these books because I don't want this video to be long. I want to keep it short, so I'm just going to quickly give like a summary maybe or something of them. But the first book I have is Toil and Trouble, and this is by a few different authors, but it's edited by Jessica Spotswood and Tash Sharp, and this is 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft, and it's literally what it says here. So it's all different tales of witchcraft, women accused of witchcraft, and just all different things really. So there's loads of witchy stories in here. It's a very nice paperback and it's also super floppy. Next, following the witch theme, we have The Once and Future Witches. So you can tell I bought a lot of these books in October. This is by Alex E. Harrow, and I got this when it came out as Waterstone's Book of the Month, and unfortunately I just didn't get to it. I don't know a ton about this one. I just know it's to do with the suffragists and it's to do with witches. It's set in 1893 and it's supposed to be a really kind of feministic and witchy story. That's literally all I know. I don't know anything else about this, and I would like to go into it not knowing a lot, so which is why I don't know a full synopsis for this book. But I believe that this is amazing. I've heard a lot of good things about it and I am hopeful that I'll get to it in 2022. But yes, this is just the paperback edition and I really do want to get the hardback now because it's just such a pretty book. So another witchy book again is The Witch's Daughter, and this is by Paula Braxton, and I got this because it was a recommendation on a reading list. I don't know a ton about this either. All I know is that this follows a witch who is apparently 384 years old in the spring of 1628, and it then goes to present day England and we have a witch. And I don't know, I just saw this on the reading list, it was recommended, so I bought it. Know very little about it, but I was just snapping up all the witchy books. I also really do love this cover as well. Next we have House of Bells, which again is another kind of spooky story, and this is one I had intended to read in October but unfortunately just didn't get round to it. This has another stunning cover as well. I absolutely love this cover. I love the colour blue, so I just think this is really pretty. So this follows Grace, and Grace is actually a very talented governess. She gets offered this really weird like random job by this kind of medium and socialite, and she has no idea what horrors she's about to run into because of this job. And this is set in this kind of country mansion, and her job as a governess is to basically look after this little girl who can't speak, and she's kind of unraveling the mystery around this and all the kind of secrets and mysteries around this countryside manor. It's very spooky and like isolated and just kind of weird. And it says here, as she grapples with her own demons and tries to reconcile the ghosts of the past and present, Grace must find a way to protect the girl from the unseen forces which now threaten both their lives. So it sounds almost supernatural, which again is another big selling point for me. And basically in this mansion there is a secret that someone or something does not want discovered, and Grace is going to be the one to discover it. So I thought this just sounded really good. It sounded very mysterious and kind of supernatural and creepy, and I just think this will be a really fun read. And again, I just absolutely love this cover. We have The Witch of Willow Hall by Hester Fox. Look at this cover. Seriously, just witchy books have the best covers. You cannot tell me otherwise. In this we follow Lydia, and she is descended from the witches of Salem, and she has been told her whole life to keep this a secret. And she ends up in Willow Hall, and somehow Willow Hall kind of opens up something inside her to do with her witch ancestry. And she has fled there basically all the way from Boston, and there she meets a guy called John Barrett who's actually her neighbour. And it says here, an eerie menace haunts Willow Hall with strange voices and ghostly apparitions in the night. calling to Lydia's legacy and leading to a greater tragedy than she could ever imagine. Can Lydia confront her hidden inheritance, or is it too late to escape from the deadly secrets of Willow Hall? This just sounds so scary. It sounds witchy and like ghosty, maybe a little bit of romance in there. I just love the sound of this book, and it just sounds really atmospheric as well, and it's really floppy, and I'm just here for my witch books. So next we have one that was recommended to me by a colleague, and this is actually a children's book that I'd never heard of before, but it sounded so beautiful. And this is Moondial by Helen Cresswell, and this actually does have like the odd little illustration in here. This is a Faber Classics as well, which I'd never heard of, and this follows a child who's a witch called Minty, and Minty ends up going to a place called Belton, and she's always known that she was a witch. And it says, Minty is the kind of girl who notices things, pockets of cold air in a stairway, cries on the wind, ghosts. Nighttime expeditions from the house where she's staying, Minty stumbles upon a moon dial, which takes her back in time. There she finds Tom, a sickly kitchen boy, and Sarah, a girl whose family thinks she has the mark of the devil. Will Minty find her way home, or will she be stuck in the past forever? I just think this sounds amazing. It's basically a ghost story, and I don't know, like, look at this cover as well. Like, every single book I'm picking up has a stunning cover, but I just thought this sounded amazing. I'd never heard of this like children's kind of ghost story with witches in it, so this was like made for me, and I cannot wait to get to this. And like I said, my colleague recommended this to me. She said it's a really beautiful book, so I'm so excited to pick this up at some point. Following on the children's magic kind of vibe, we have Emma's for Magic by Neil Gaiman. I honestly hardly know anything about this. I just know it's supposed to be kind of creepy children's book, and I've read a few of Neil Gaiman's other books, and I've read obviously Coraline and the Graveyard Boy. The Graveyard Boy or the Graveyard Book? I can't remember the exact title, but you know which book I mean, and I absolutely adored both of them. I thought they were so good, and when I heard about this I was like, I need to get this because this has like a similar kind of vibe, and I'm just so excited. Plus this kind of looks like Frankie, so win-win. But I'm really excited for this. I've just dropped it. I'm really excited for this book though. I think I'm going to download the audiobook and follow along with it. I don't know much about this, and again, I just want to go into this and be surprised because I love Neil Gaiman's books, and his writing is just so random, and it would be fun to go into this totally like not knowing anything and just go with the story and see what weird places it takes me. So next we have a classic that I got because it was October and I just felt like I needed to get it, and I did read another one of Shirley Jackson's books, and I was like, right, okay, I'll get this one, and then I just didn't get to it, and that is Shirley Jackson's Dark Tales. Again, another Frankie-esque book. We love this theme of Frankies on books. It's just great. Basically this has just got like some kind of dark stories written by Shirley Jackson, so yay. And again with the spooky theme we have 8 Ghosts, and this is by the English Heritage, and this is the English Heritage Book of New Ghost Stories. So this is just a collection of spooky British ghost stories. Had to buy myself this in October. I'm going to save this for next October. I saw someone on Instagram read this and say that it was absolutely amazing, so I'm very, very excited to read it next spooky season, and unfortunately it just didn't arrive in time for October, so cannot wait to keep this for next year and go through this. I just think it's going to be so fun, and the cover is really, really creepy. Then next we have this witchy book, which is The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. You've probably seen me speak about this in a vlog already. This was so freaking good. I recently read this and I loved it. It's the perfect witchy second chance romance book. I loved it so much. The main love interest, Reese, as well, is just so much like Reese from Actor in my opinion. Like the whole kind of sarcastic kind of bad boy kind of vibe, it just literally did remind me of Recent. Yeah, I love this so much. I can't recommend this enough. If you're looking for a good funny romance with second chance romance as well, this is definitely the book for you. It basically follows a witch who has this summer romance with this other witch, and then she finds out he's betrayed to someone back in Wales. He moves back to Wales. She's heartbroken. They don't see each other for 9 years, and she'd actually cursed him accidentally without knowing. He comes back to do the ley lines. Everything goes wrong because he's cursed. Then they realise they have to work together to stop the curse, and they potentially fall back in love. So yes, I highly recommend this book. So good. Okay, let's do some special editions next. So first I have these gorgeous dust jackets that my friend Caitlin helped me get. So I pre-ordered these back in, I don't know when it was, but it was very close to the start of the year. I want to say March, maybe? Was it March? I think it might be March, and they finally arrived. So she sent me them all the way from Ireland, so thank you so much, Caitlin, if you're watching. But I love these. These are so stunning. So these are a Court of Thorns and Roses dust jackets, and they are so beautiful. I cannot remember the artist, so if you do know, please link it down below. Quickly show you guys them. They are in a vlog though. But that is a Court of Frost and Starlight, which just looks like this. It's so gorgeous. And then we have a Court of Thorns and Roses. These are in a mixed matched order, but yeah, I'll just quickly show you guys them. but they're so pretty. They have like this kind of holographic font on. And then we've got a Court of Wings and Ruin, which looks like this here. It's so beautiful. Absolutely obsessed with these. And then we've got a Court of Mist and Fury. Look how stunning this is. It's so beautiful. So that looks like that. And then lastly we have a Court of Silver Flames as well, which is just gorgeous. So yes, again, I did pre-order these back at the start of the year and they are absolutely beautiful and I really love them. Okay, so another set I've shown in a vlog as well is this fairy edition of the Dark Artifices. These are really pretty. I'm about to drop them. So they look like this on the spines, and then we have these gorgeous sprayed edges as well. So we have Lady Midnight, which is beautiful, and these all have like a digital signature as well. And then we've got Lord of Shadows as well, which is purple, so pretty. And then lastly, Queen of Air and Darkness as well, with the pink theme, which is another really pretty book as well. Then next we have Victoria Schwab's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and this is the 1 year anniversary edition, which is just crazy to me that there's a 1 year anniversary edition, but I get it. Addie was massive and this is stunning. So it is white like this, and then under the dust jacket it has this gorgeous flowery design, as does the sprayed edge here. And then of course we have a gorgeous art all the way through this book. So this bit here we have Luck and Addie, which is just beautiful. And then I'll try to show you guys like some of them so you can get an idea of what this looks like. I'm just trying to get the dust jacket back on. So it is signed here. We have this gorgeous art at the start, and then there's this one here of Addie, and then there's loads of stunning illustrations all the way through this book. I'll just show you like 1 or 2 of them. So there's like this one, and then we've got these ones here, which are so beautiful. Lots of like different gorgeous art like this here as well. So this is just a stunning edition. If you're a fan of Addie LaRue, you need this book. Absolutely beautiful. I am so happy that I have this. Frankie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. What are you doing, darling? Oh, okay, bye. Sorry, Frankie was destroying something. But yeah, that edition of Addie LaRue is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh no, he's got the ribbon on a book. No. Guys, I thought getting a cat would be easier than a dog, but it is not. So next we have the fairy edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is so friggin' gorgeous. I read this book and loved it, and I have the Waterstones edition, but now I have this stunning Fairy Loot one as well. So it has these really gorgeous sprayed edges, and then underneath the dust jacket, well, I'll just show you this. We have this gorgeous character art to begin with, and then look at the naked book. It is one of the prettiest books I own for sure, and the character art in the dust jacket as well is just so beautiful. But yeah, I can't get over how stunning this book actually is. Like, I'm honestly just obsessed with it and I love it. I'm just so happy that this was Fairy Loot's book of the month last month. Obsessed, absolutely obsessed with it. I don't know if you guys can see Frankie somewhere down here behind me. It's just like he knows I'm filming and he wants to sabotage me. Okay, so next we have Illumicrate's November book, which was Little Thieves by Margaret Owen, and this one just looks like this here. I'm not going to go into synopsis for this one or any of the special editions. I'm literally just going to show you guys them. So this is the Under the Dust jacket, which is really pretty as well. Really love this. And then we have these amazing sprayed edges here as well, and it is signed of course as well. So yeah, that's a really nice little edition. Then next I have the Fairy Loot edition of Heartstopper, which is a hardback, and the only difference with this is that it has like this kind of pink foil kind of design to it, and it's hardback and it's just beautiful. Unfortunately these are not signed, which is kind of a letdown, and I also thought it would have been really sweet if they'd done maybe like a design on the edge, but this is still so nice to have in my collection. I'm so happy that I have this because this is one of my favorite series ever. Then I have this Illumicrate edition of Lore of Olympus, which looks like this. This is based off the webtoon. It's Persephone and Hades retelling, and I love it, and this is what it looks like. Really pretty. Thank you so much to Boxu for sponsoring another one of my videos. They very kindly sent me another one of their amazing boxes, and I'm just so obsessed with this month's theme. Like, look how cute this is. So I have been working with Boxu for the last few months, and I really do enjoy their little snacks. So for those of you who don't know, Boxu is a monthly snack box subscription service, and they deliver a premium assortment of Japanese snacks right to your front door all the way from Japan every single month. And these boxes are just filled with a wide variety of snacks. It really does give you the opportunity to experience real authentic Japanese snacks, and they are just really incredible. You get multiples of certain snacks in here. You sometimes get tea pairings, and these are just really fun to share with people and to gift to people, especially at Christmas time. These make such a unique and perfect gift. They're very memorable. They give you a really nice experience, especially at the moment when we can't really travel. This will give the recipients taste buds a chance to travel all the way to Japan through tasting some of these incredible snacks. So if you do know anyone who really loves Japanese food, or you're looking for a unique gift, then this would definitely make an amazing present for a loved one or even yourself this Christmas. I did a couple of my friends with one of these this Christmas, and I'm just so excited because I know they're gonna love it. And not only would this make an incredible gift anyway, but you are technically gifting them the opportunity to win free tickets to Japan, because Bokksu are very kindly doing a giveaway at the moment. So they will be giving one lucky winner the chance to win a free ticket to Japan, and anyone who's already subscribed to Bokksu before the 31st of December is automatically entered, and this is for US residents only. And if you would like to find out any more information about this giveaway, I will have the terms and conditions linked in my description box, so you can head there to find out all the information that you need. And I will have my code Vanillaxmoon10 on the screen here and listed in both the description box and the comments. You can get 10% off and also be eligible to win the free tickets to Japan. To do this and enter before the 31st of December to be in with a chance of winning. So yes, don't miss out on this opportunity. And once again, I really do recommend these boxes. I really love them, and they will make an incredible gift for a loved one or for yourself this Christmas, and I just can't recommend them enough. So I'll have a Bokksu link down below along with my discount code and all the other information that I have mentioned. But thanks once again to Bokksu for sponsoring another one of my videos and for supporting my channel. So now let's get back into the books. And continuing the theme of special edition graphic novels, I have Extraordinary by V. Schwab. I read this recently. This is from Illumicrate, by the way, and I absolutely adored this. It was so fun. If you're a fan of X-Men, you will definitely love this, and it is signed as well. And I know someone in my comments when I spoke about this, I think in a vlog, explained how this links to like a book series of hers. So yeah, it does link to one of them. I can't remember which one it is, but I really enjoyed this. I loved it. It was so good as well. But this is just a really nice edition. It's purple, and I definitely prefer this over all the other editions out there, so I'm happy that I got this. Then next we have these Fairy editions of these stunning books. So we have Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dust by Elizabeth Lim, and they look like this here. They are so gorgeous, like honestly. I just love these pastel colours, like they are beautiful. They have these gorgeous sprayed edges as well, and they are both signed as well. And look under the dust jacket how beautiful these are. They have this gorgeous stenciling on the naked book, and we have character art under the dust jacket. I love the way Fairy always have the character art under the dust jacket. I just think it's such an amazing touch. And then also this one as well. Just so gorgeous, so gorgeous. I love those, and I'm so happy that I got them. Then another Fairy edition, I have the sequel to Chloe Gong's These Are Violent Delights, which is Our Violent Ends, and this is the Waterstones edition. I think I just said Fairy Loot. I think I have a Fairy Loot one pre-ordered, but this is the one from Waterstones with the orange sprayed edge, and it is signed as well. But I am sure that I think I've pre-ordered one maybe from Fairy Loot. Honestly, I can't remember. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I've got that many pre-orders with Fairy Loot, who knows anymore. But this is the Waterstones edition. I think these may still be available, or your local branch may still have one if you're lucky. But yeah, this is the sequel to These Are Violent Delights. And then the last like special edition, I guess, is this copy of June. So this is the Waterstones exclusive edition with the gorgeous sprayed edge. Look at this sprayed edge. This has to be one of the best sprayed edges in history, like no exaggerations. Look at this. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, this is just a stunning edition of June. Has these really cool end papers as well, and then the spine has like this like writing down it, which I just think is so unique and so cool. Yeah, I just had to have this when I saw it. It's just, why not? Why not? Okay, so now moving on to some hardbacks, I guess. So I have A Cunning Woman by Elizabeth Lee, and this is about the Lancashire witch trials, where people said they were cunning women if they could like kind of do things and heal people and whatnot. And yeah, this is basically a witchy book set in Lancashire in the 1600s in Pendle, where the witch trials took place, the very famous witch trials in the UK. So if you're into your witch history, especially British witch history, then this is a book you need to read. I haven't yet, but I do plan to soon, because it is very, very inspired by history, and I'm so excited to read this. I've heard so many good things. Yes, I would highly recommend maybe checking this out if you're into your witchy history. Then next I have this really random one, which is Magic, Dark and Strange by Kelly Powell, and it just looks like this. I adore this cover. This is a really short book as well, and this follows a girl called Catherine, and she's able to awaken the dead for loved ones seeking a final goodbye. But this magic comes with a price. For every hour that a ghost is brought back, Catherine loses an hour from her own life. And then she meets this guy. Her and this boy find the body of this like teenage boy and like a watch, and he comes back to life, and all these weird things are going on, and there's ghosts and stuff and magic, and it just sounded really creepy and spooky, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this before, so I'm really, really excited to give this a read at some point, and it's just a really pretty hardback as well. Next we have A Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. So this is the sequel to, I think it's a Dance of Thieves, I want to say it is. I really want to get Dance of Thieves. I saw it on BookTok ages ago and it really made me want to get it, and I just haven't been able to buy a hardback anywhere. It is available again recently, so I definitely need to pick one up, but at the time when I was in Waterstones they had this one, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna get it while I can. And I know I'm gonna love the first one like 100%. I've read like a little bit of it before and I was really into it, and I just knew that I wanted the first one and the second one, so I got the second one while it was there. And remember, I do get really good discounts as a bookseller, so this really didn't cost me much at all. I'm gonna pick the first one up soon. I've got it on my Christmas list, so maybe I'll get it for Christmas, who knows. But yeah, I picked this up and I have no regret. So next we have a supernatural spooky story, which is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. All I know about this is that it's spooky, it's got ghosts, and that's it. I know nothing else. I know my friend Kat read it and really enjoyed it. I really cannot wait to read this. I'm not reading into the synopsis for this book because I want to read it next Halloween and just go into it knowing very little and be really creeped out and surprised and just see where the story takes me. And I love this cover as well, and the writing on this is actually embossed, so it feels really cool. But I've heard a lot of good things about this book and I'm excited to get to it next year. It basically follows a girl who wants to be an alchemist, and it also has like the Philosopher's Stone in here and like all these kinds of things, and it just sounded really, really fun. And I literally just bought this because it is to do with alchemy, that's it. And the Philosopher's Stone, I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how like the actual kind of lore behind the Philosopher's Stone has inspired this story and see where it goes. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this either, so I'm really, really excited to read this and see what it's like and see if it's like a read that I will like, because I love anything to do with kind of like magic and alchemy and witchcraft, and it seems to have those kind of vibes. Okay, so next I have these two books by Stacey Hall, which is The Familiars and The Foundling. So again, The Familiars is also inspired by the Lancashire Witches, which is the only reason I bought it. I don't know nothing else about it except for that. That was all I needed to know. When I went to Pendle, I was like, right, okay, I have to get that book. I cannot wait to read this soon because I'm so fascinated by the Pendle Witches, especially since going there, which you can see in my Vampathon vlogs. I'll link the vlog here or down below. But yeah, I just really wanted to pick these up, and I've heard that Stacey Hall is a really good writer, and I found both of these. I found this one on Depop really cheap secondhand, and this one was like £4 in like one of those book outlet shops. So I was like, well, for that price I'm going to get them in hardback, and I'm excited to read both of these, especially The Familiars. I just can't wait to read about the Lancashire Witches, and I just think this is going to be such a good book. So yes, I got those two. Then next I also got Toil and Trouble. This is a pre-order, and this is 15 Tales of Women and Witchcraft. And I just realised I pre-ordered the same book twice. So yes, I have a paperback and a hardback of this book. I did not know that I'd pre-ordered this. Basically what happened was I pre-ordered this via the Waterstones app like ages ago, and then I must have pre-ordered this in work in paperback thinking it was a different book ages ago. Turns out I'm just now realising they are the same book. I'm not mad about it though, because these are both really, really pretty. Like, it's fine because they're both stunning, so happy days. And next I have this book, which is Season of the Storm by Ellie Cosiamo, and this says Together They Are the Storm. And I got this because it was on like a romance fantasy YA list on Goodreads, and it just sounded really cool. It says on the back, this battle is not yet lost. In the midst of chaos there is also opportunity. A perfect storm lies ahead. You can let it destroy you or you can take control of it. How the story ends is up to you. This is part of a series. It's fantasy. It's all linked to all the different seasons as well, and I loved Rachel Griffin's Nature of Witches that had all the seasonal stuff in it, and when I saw that this did, I was like, yeah, I want to get that. Like, that sounds really, really cool. And I do believe as well that this is romance, so we have two people from two different seasons fall for each other as well. And there's war and stuff in here, and I just thought it sounded really good. Romance, seasonal magic, war. Sign me up, yes please. So yeah, I picked this up and I'm excited to read it. Then next we have this book here, which is a book of Blackwell Hollow Heathens, and this is by Nicole Fiorina, and I believe this is super dark romance to do with monsters. And it says, we are all monsters and freaks. I'm waiting till you guys see how stunning the inside of this book actually is. Like, look at this page for one. Like, look at that. Is that not stunning? And I've never seen anybody else on BookTube talk about this book before, so I was like, oh my god, like, what is this, when I discovered it. And then there's this page here. So this bit here has like a little playlist you can play on Spotify while you read this book, and it also is the adult version. And then as well there's like a glossary in here and a character glossary, which is just absolutely amazing. And there's this as well, and this map, which I just thought is really, really freaking cool. And then, like, look at this. How stunning is that? Like, this is so my aesthetic, and it just keeps going. Like, look at this. Like, character art. Like, why doesn't every book have this in, so you can have an accurate picture in your head of what the characters look like? Like, this is how you do a book. I'm just obsessed. And then this, like, I'm sorry, but you know, how pretty is this? And then the chapter headings as well. Like, oh, I'm just so in love with this book. This has to be one of the most well put together books I've ever come across in my entire life, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. Oh, and as if that wasn't the best part, We Are All Monsters and Freaks is on the Naked book as well, so you know. So I'll read the synopsis to you guys because I cannot remember this. I just remember it's like quite like dark and twisted. But it says, a forbidding, timeless and haunting love story. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Fallon who was taken far away from home shortly after she was born. A home that held more than strange traditions and bizarre superstitions. 24 years later, she returned to Weeping Hollow, a town she'd only heard about in stories, during restless nights under a marble moon in the middle of the night to take care of her last living relative. They called the nosy mortician a freak show, a ghastly thing. They said I couldn't go near her, still there was this aching pull to Fallon Grimaldi that I couldn't escape, a nostalgic pull as if we'd been here before. Once upon a time, there lived a mysterious boy named Julian, with the curse as old as centuries wrapped around his soul. He was one of the Hollow Heathens, the very dark creatures who caused the townspeople to live in fear, and the Blackwell name was stained with darkness and death. They call him a monster, cold and hollow. They said I shouldn't go near him. Still, there was this aching pull to Julian Blackwell that I couldn't escape, a nostalgic pull as if we'd been here before. So yes, this sounds absolutely amazing. Maybe people have spoken about this on here and I've just never heard them speak. Like, I've just not actually come across it or connected the dots that it's this book, but this just sounds right up my street. This is my book, my aesthetic, just everything about this is so me. I cannot wait to read this. Like, I'm so excited and I'm just obsessed with this book. And then next we have Jessie Burton's Medusa, the Girl Behind the Myth. This is an illustrated and signed edition, and obviously I love my Greek mythology, so I had to have this book all about Medusa with these stunning illustrations in. Then I have this book I picked up in a charity shop, which is a Canterbury Classics edition of the Arabian Nights, and I love to collect the Canterbury Classics as well as the Barnes & Noble editions, and this was like, I can't remember how much this was. It was really cheap. I think it was £5, so I am very, very happy that I found this in a charity shop. It's gorgeous. It has gold sprayed edges, has a stunning spine. Just love it. Thank you, charity shop. Okay, so now I do have a few kind of like non-fiction-y books here to talk about. So some of these are really random. So this one here I got in a charity shop, and this is Haunted Liverpool. Me and Jamie went on a ghost tour and they mentioned these books. These are by Tom Slemon. You can only get them, I think, via Amazon now. They are self-published. I already own a few of these that I got when I was about 16, and I don't know where they are, but a lot of them are hard to get now. But this is book 15 and it was in a charity shop, so I picked it up. Then I have this book on the Lancashire Witches, A Chronicles of Sorcery and Death on Pendle Hill. So I got this after going to Pendle because I was just so fascinated by the history there. So I picked this book up to read more about it, and this is supposed to be one of the best books you can read on the Pendle Witches, so I cannot wait to get into this. And then I have this book here, which is Fairies, A Dangerous History, which is a gorgeous hardback, and this is literally what it says on the front. It's all about fairies and the dangerous history, folklore, mythology and tales surrounding them, and everything that's kind of been interpreted as being fairies in kind of history, which I think is really, really interesting, and I just absolutely adore this book cover as well. Then another witchy book I have, Hecate, A Goddess of Witches by Courtney Webber, and this is literally all about witchcraft and Hecate basically, who is in Greek mythology. And Hecate is known to be ancient goddess of crossroad, ghosts and witchcraft, and she's also the most beloved goddess today. Pagan practitioners as well, but I'm pretty sure Hecate's also involved in some Greek mythology. I just had to have this when I saw this. It sounds incredible and I love my witchy book. And next we have this book here, which is A History of the Vampire in Popular Culture, Love at First Bite by Violet Fenn. And this is just all about, as it says, vampires in pop culture and how we've kind of adapted the vampire kind of legend. It has really cool stuff in here, and I love anything to do with vampires, so as soon as I discovered this book I had to get myself it because it's just gonna be fascinating to read about vampires. Like, I can't wait. And lastly we have one of my favorite books that I've just like ever bought. Like, I'm obsessed with this. It's one of my all-time favorite books that I own and I just love it so much, and that is the Library of I can never say it, Astorica, can never pronounce it correctly, but it's the witchcraft book, and this is the most beautiful book. Like, it has one of my favorite paintings on the front for one, a gorgeous spine, and the back, oh my god, seriously, it's just so pretty. And then inside it's just filled with all these different things to do with witchcraft and this stunning art as well, and I'm just so in love with this book. Like, I couldn't be more in love with it. They do a tarot and astrology edition of these books as well, so I'm definitely planning to get those and putting them on my Christmas list. I really want the complete collection, and I just hope they do kind of more books like this to do with like mysticism and stuff like that, and witchcraft and alchemy and just like all those kinds of things. But I love this. This is just definitely one of my favorite books ever now, and I'm so happy that I bought this. I got this from Waterstones as well. Next I have the Manning Tree Witches. So I was also sent a paperback edition of this, but I bought myself the hardback because I really liked it. This again is inspired by the witch trials. This focuses on a group of women in a kind of rural village in England where the men have left for war, and this group of women kind of left to their own devices and they're kind of making things their own way. And then we have this witchfinder general who comes, and obviously he hates the fact that women are just being women and doing their own thing without men, and he's ultimately suspicious of them. Of course they must be witches because they're women. And then this boy gets sick and he's just ranting and raving, you know, just literally chatting basically, saying there's like demons and devils and witches and all this stuff like that, and obviously the women are then suspected of witchcraft. And it's basically about the witchfinder general and these women, and it's inspired by true events I believe as well. And again, just another book I think would be really good to read as well about witches, and I'm really excited to read this at some point. I'm a little bit sad I didn't get to it in November because it wasn't my TBR, but I just didn't have time for it. But this is a book I'm definitely going to come to soon, and I'm very, very excited to. Next we have A Scandinavian Christmas, Festive Tales for a Nordic Noel. So I have already done a festive book haul, which you guys hopefully will have already seen. I'll have it linked here and down below. This book was featured in that, but I did just want to show it again because I just think it's so beautiful and I think a lot of people would love it. And it literally is just a collection of short stories, also with the festive season. And then this one is also my festive book haul, but I just wanted to show it because it's a bit more of a general one, and that is Caroline Duffy's Christmas Poems. And this is just a collection of illustrated poems, absolutely gorgeous illustrations in here as well, and an absolutely stunning book underneath. I'm obsessed with it, and this is a signed copy too. My camera died, so I'm just quickly popping back on to continue this haul. So I don't know where it cut off, but basically I'm going to go on to this book next, which is Midnight in Everwood, and this is by Emma Kuzner, and this is my Patreon buddy read book for December, and it's also featured in my December TBR as well. So this is basically a dark retelling of the Nutcracker, and I feel like that's all you need to know about this one. It is stunning. It's the Waterstones exclusive edition as well, and I cannot wait to read this. And then we have this romance book, which is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, I think is how you pronounce it. So a couple of my friends on Booktube absolutely love this book, and I love my romance books, so I had to pick this up, and I know it's very, very popular on TikTok. Cannot wait to read this. Honestly know nothing about it except for it's a romance book, so yeah, I'm going to go into it that way and not know much, but I feel like you guys have all probably saw it on Booktube or BookTok already. I do plan to read this very, very soon. Now I'm going to move on to all of the books that have been gifted to me, and I have a lot of books to show you guys. I'm just going to go through them super fast as well, because this video is going to be way too long and it's getting really late when I'm filming this, so I need to get a move on. So the first book I have is this book here, which I read during Vampathon, and this is The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers and Gruesome Tales by Jen Campbell. This is a stunning book of dark and gruesome fairy tales. If you like the Brothers Grimm fairy tales, you would definitely love these. They are illustrated, and I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, and I definitely do recommend this book if you do like your dark fairy tales. It's just really creepy and really fun. And next I have this picture book, which is called Gustavo the Shy Ghost, and this is by Flavia Z. Adrigo, and it just has the most stunning artwork inside, and I just think this is so cute. Then next I was very kindly sent a copy of Diana Gabaldon's new Outlander book, which is Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. So this is just the standard hardback edition, and it has these gorgeous end papers. I do, however, already have the signed Waterstones exclusive edition pre-ordered, which is in work but I have not picked up yet, so I now have this spare copy. So look out for a giveaway of this coming very soon, because I don't need 2 copies. So yes, I will be doing a giveaway for this very soon. It will either be on Instagram or Twitter, but most likely Twitter, so you can follow my Twitter account, which is linked down below, if you want to make sure you can keep an eye out for the giveaway for this book. But yes, I was very kindly sent this. This is the new installment in the Outlander series. If you haven't read the Outlander series, it is really good. I've read the first 2 books and I really enjoyed them. I do have the 3rd book and I started it, but I put it back because it was very intense historical fiction. It was the French stuff, and I'm just not a fan of the French history, so yeah, it was one that I just need to be in the right mood to read, and I wasn't at the time. So I do need to continue with the series. Yeah, this is a gorgeous book. So next we have The Bewitching of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hicks, which I've already spoken about before in a video. This is kind of a follow-up to the first book. It's basically a middle grade series that's really spooky and has ghosts and things in it, and it's really cute. And next we have The Monsters of Rookhaven by Padraig Kenny, and this is under spooky and middle grade as well. I don't know much about it, but I was very kindly sent it, and I'm going to keep this for next year during spooky season. I'll read it then, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. And this is one that I wasn't sent, I actually bought, and I cannot remember anything about this now. I just know it's got romance and it's fantasy, and it's called Luna by Ray Ells, and this is a dark between series. Don't remember anything about it, so I'm not going to bother looking into it, but I got this. And next I was sent Her House by Sally Hinchcliffe, and this comes out January 2022, and this is set in Scotland, and it sounds very creepy. It says it's a stunning gothic house mystery. The gripping and atmospheric novel is perfect for fans of the lonely and the silent companions. So this does sound right up my street. I might actually pick this up in January. It'd be a cool book to start the year with, so thank you to the publisher for sending me this. And I have a paperback copy of The Manningtree Witches, and a copy of Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber, and this is a YA fantasy, I believe, that comes out on the 12th of May next year. I don't know a lot about this. I just know it follows 2 sisters, 1 crown on the back, and a battle for the crown where your allegiance lie. So this sounds really interesting, and this is a stunning proof, by the way, as well. Like, look how pretty that is. I sent a proof of Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. This came out in October. I haven't read this or his other book yet, but I will read this eventually when I've read The House in the Cerulean Sea. Yeah, I just got sent a copy of this. Then I also have a copy of one of my most anticipated reads for next year, which is Electra by Jennifer Saint, and this is just a stunning proof I am so obsessed with. It's so beautiful, and inside it was personalized as well, which is just so nice. And yeah, this is from the author of Ariadne, and this is an ancient story of love and sisterhood reimagined from the best-selling author of Ariadne. So yes, stunning proof. Then next we have this one from Amy Raphael, who wrote The Forest and Moon Sword, which is one of my favourite middle grades. This is The Ship of Cloud and Stars, and this is a captivating story of courage and high seas adventures set against the thrilling backdrop of a race to find a tree of legend. So this sounds so fun, and look how cute this is on the front as well. Then I was very kindly sent Sunless Solstice, Strange Christmas Tales for the Longest Nights, and this is by the British Library, and this is just so creepy and just a nice alternative to the usual nice nice romancy magical stories, something a bit darker and spookier. I was also sent a copy of Gilded by Marissa Meyer, which is a finished copy, and this is her new YA series, I believe. I know nothing about this. The thing that sold me on this book was this: the look he was giving her. Rilda had never been looked at like that before. The intensity, the heat, the raw astonishment. He was going to kiss her. Yes, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Then I was also sent a proof of This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi, and I cannot wait to read this. This sounds absolutely amazing. It's in a new fantasy series as well. For those of you who don't know, Tahira Mafi wrote the Shatter Me series, and this has a forbidden romance in it, and it's inspired by Persian mythology, so it's a big yes from me. And I also have a proof of Her Majesty's Royal Coven by Juno Dawson, and it came with this really cool letter as well. Cannot wait for this. Give me all of the witchy vibes. It's a story of ancient prophecies and modern dating, a sacred sisterhood and demonic frenemies. So yes, you all know I am here for that. I love anything to do with a coven of witches. Yes, please. This comes out July 2022. Then next, I was very kindly sent this by one of my lovely subscribers, Fiona. So Fiona sent me this off my wish list, which is The Haunting of Lindy Pennyworth, and this is by SM Pope, and this is a spooky haunting ghost story. It's exactly how it sounds, and it just looks really creepy as well. I cannot wait to read this. This sounds so good, and I love this cover. Then next, I was very kindly sent a personalised copy of The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and this is signed by Ali Hazelwood to me, which is really cool. I do have another edition of this that doesn't have the sticker on it, but yeah, I am so happy that I received this personalised copy, which is really nice. So thank you so much to the publishers for sending me this. Slowly getting to the end, guys. So next, I got this collection of poetry called Tomorrow's Beautiful by Sarah Crossan, and this is just a gorgeous hardback as well. Some stunning poems in here as well. I cannot wait to read these throughout the new year. Then I also have spoken about this one and this other book before in a vlog, so I'm not going to go into it again. So I have Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco Mellis. This comes out in February, 17th of February to be exact, and this just sounds absolutely incredible. It's a fiction novel, which I don't usually read, but it sounds incredible. And then I also have this one by CJ Cook, which came out in September, which is The Lighthouse Witches. Witches, spooky, scary, yes. And I was also sent this by the lovely Fiona, which is the Whitby Witches as well, and this is a witchy book I've had on my wishlist for a while, and I've never read it, and I'm so excited, and I love this cover. Thank you so much, Fiona, you are the best. And I was also very kindly sent Diary of an Accidental Witch by Pereduta and Honor Cargill, and this is just a cute little middle grade witchy series as well. And I was also sent this. I have no idea what this is or what it's about, but this is called When We Were Birds by Yana Lloyd Banwo, and it is a fiction, I believe. And yeah, I don't actually know anything about this. And then lastly, I was sent a copy of The Spirit Engineer by AJ West, which is a kind of horror, spooky, supernatural story set in Belfast in the 1900s, and I'm obsessed with this cover. I've heard a lot of good things about this book as well, and I cannot wait to read this next spooky season. Now we are down to the final 3 books. Penguin very kindly sent me these. These were featured in my Christmas guide for bookworms video. Penguin very kindly did a giveaway for this book here. Unfortunately, that giveaway will now be over, but you can still head to that video to see some ideas for some amazing Christmas gifts for the bookworm in your life. But they very kindly sent me these books. So I have the Penguin cloth bound editions of Grimm's Fairy Tales, which looks like this. It's beautiful. I also got Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, which looks like this. And then lastly, I got the Penguin's book of Christmas stories, which is so stunning and really cute as well. Yes, thank you so much to Penguin for sending me these books. Pretty sure that is the entire book haul. I do still have a couple of other books that are in our bedroom, but I'm not going to go in there and get them. So yes, that is it for the end of year book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this haul. I'm sorry it was very quick and I didn't give big synopses for all of these books, but I'll list them in the description box so you can read them there. I just didn't want this video to be too long, but hopefully you found some cool books maybe to get yourself for Christmas or to get someone else for Christmas. And I will potentially maybe have a Christmas book haul up at the end of the year or the start of January, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm going to receive any books for Christmas, so maybe, but this is my end of year book haul. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'm excited for all of the book hauls to come in 2022. If you have read any of the books mentioned in this video, please let me know your thoughts in the comments, or if there's any books you've seen in this video that you are now planning to buy, please let me know. I'd be so interested to know which ones people are interested in. And please do give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and leave a Christmassy emoji if you did make it this far. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and all of the books and my social medias will be in the description description box, along with a link to Boxu's website, so you can sign up for a Snapbox subscription there, and you can enter their giveaway to win free tickets to Japan. So make sure you guys do that, because you do not want to miss out on this amazing giveaway as well. I'll have all of that information, the terms and conditions and everything else linked in the description box and in the pinned comment of this video. We'll also have the link to my Patreon link down below, where you can find extra content from me, such as a reading vlogs, a monthly buddy read. We have a Discord, there's some extra videos on there that are festive, and there'll be lots of exciting things to come in 2022. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're reading lots of good books, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.